You probably know Uncle Iroh as the kind, tea-loving, sage-like figure from Avatar. The Last Airbender, basically the father figure we all kind of wished we had.
Yeah, that's the popular image.
But what if we told you there's, well, a much deeper, more complex character beneath that really comforting exterior, full of surprising layers?
Right. So today we're taking a deep dive into the true nature of Uncle Iroh. We're drawing insights, directly from the source material itself to reveal the profound intelligence, the troubled past, and the hard-won wisdom that really define.
Our mission here is to go beyond just what he said, to try and figure out why he said it and, what it all means for understanding one of fiction's most beloved mentors.
Get ready to connect some dots you might not have seen.
Yeah, definitely. We'll explore his subtle manipulations, his seemingly contradictory traits, and the remarkable transformative journey that turned a warmonger into, well, a beacon of balance.
So let's start with a really intriguing aspect of his character. Iroh often appears to be this goofy, sort of simple old man, almost comic relief sometimes. But this persona is far from accidental. It's actually a carefully crafted tool.
So it's more than just like a quirky habit then. How do we categorize that? Is there a term for this kind of deliberate strategy?
There is, yeah. It's often called weaponized incompetence. Basically, it's when someone deliberately pretends they can't do something or feigns ignorance to achieve a specific goal.
Okay.
Like, pretending you don't know how the dishwasher works if someone else does. But for Iroh, it serves two critical purposes. First, it makes his enemies consistently underestimate him.
Right.
And second, maybe more subtly, it lets him mask his truly intelligent strategic power.
That idea of masking deeper moves is absolutely fascinating. And for me, the prime example, it just has to be the missing White Lotus tile. Book 1, Chapter 9, the waterbending scroll. Iroh tells Zuko he's lost a matter of utmost importance, a White Lotus tile, which totally derails their hunt for Aang, forces the ship to detour to a port. He even says it's more important than finding the Avatar.
And you, the listener, later find out the tile was in my sleeve the whole time. Now, when you first watch that, you probably just chuckle, right? Ooh, silly old Iroh.
Yeah, totally.
But here's where the deep dive really starts. Iroh is anything but senile. He is shrewd, he's deeply calculating, and that White Lotus tile is one of his most important possessions. It's a symbol of his membership in this elite club, the White Lotus, and it's basically a key of sorts for contacting other members.
So it was planned.
Exactly. This was no accident. It was a brilliantly calculated move to subtly slow down Zuko's pursuit.
And once you see it there, you start noticing it kind of everywhere, don't you? Like, think about his other stalling tactics.
Yeah.
Him spending hours in a hot spring, taking that ridiculously long nap, forcing Zuko to set a deadline. That was Book 1, Chapter 7. Or whining about his aching old body to make Zuko stop and make camp in Book 2.
Yeah, I remember that.
Even accepting Admiral Zhao's offer of hospitality, making them waste a whole day there, even though Zuko's desperate to find Aang.
And way back in the very first episode, Book 1, Chapter 1, Zuko demands advanced firebending training, right?
Yeah.
And Iroh insists on finishing his roast duck.
Yeah. He's just constantly, subtly slowing Zuko down.
So why all this elaborate stalling? Well, it boils down to, I think, two main things. The bigger picture is that Iroh fundamentally just does not believe in capturing the Avatar or in the Fire Nation's whole conquest of the world. He's become an enlightened man. He's traveled. He's learned from all four nations, and he truly gets the critical importance of balance and harmony, physically and spiritually.
And then there's a very specific personal reason about Zuko himself. Iroh just knows deep down that capturing the Avatar, this whole restoring his honor thing, it's not going to bring Zuko any real internal satisfaction. No genuine happiness.
Yeah.
He sees that Zuko's current path, driven by trying to please Ozai, it won't change who his father is. It won't undo Zuko's suffering.
Things can't just go back to how they were.
Exactly.
Yet Iroh also gets that this hunt for the Avatar is basically what's keeping Zuko from falling into despair. It's Zuko's only hope, however misguided it might be.
So he can't just take it away.
Right. He can't just snatch that hope away entirely. So he's left with this really delicate dance stalling. He subtly sabotages the immediate pursuit to buy Zuko.
Time for what?
Time to come to a greater realization about himself, his place in the world, and the balance of the four nations. He just can't openly talk about these deep truths. Not yet.
And it's so interesting how Iroh's foresight is eventually proved right. Zuko does get his honor restored, but just like Iroh knew, it doesn't fulfill him. He has to learn that the hard way.
Yeah, he really does.
And this weaponized incompetence, it goes beyond just messing with Zuko, right? Like when Iroh gets captured by those Earth Kingdom soldiers in Book 2.
Oh, absolutely. He consistently plays the part of a tired, sleepy old man to lull his captors into complaint. We see him accidentally fall off his horse,
leaving the slipper behind.
Exactly. A subtle clue for Zuko. Then later, he pretends his weary old bones are hurting from chains that are actually loose, only to suddenly spring into action, burn a soldier's hand. Tried it. This carefully crafted image just makes everyone underestimate. It lets him choose exactly when and how.
It's interesting, though. For someone so shrewd, Iroh isn't always, like, perfectly sharp, is he?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, sometimes, if that simple old man thing might actually be genuine.
Yeah.
Like that infamous poisonous plant incident. In Book 2, Chapter 2, he just eats some random plant, nearly dies.
Yeah.
Then find berries that might cure him or make him go blind. It's like, what?
Exactly. I remember in Book 2, Chapter 13, The Drill, he heats his cold tea with firebending right out in public, totally blows their cover to jet.
Oh, yeah. And Zuko slaps the tea away like, for a wise old man, that was a pretty stupid move.
And Iroh just starts genuinely crying over the spilled tea. It's this wonderful mix, isn't it? Cunning strategy 1 minute and then genuine, almost clumsy goof next.
It makes him feel so real.
Totally. He's a strategic genius, but also just a lovable guy who gets easily distracted by food, tea, and, yes, pretty women.
Speaking of authentic humanity and contradictions, we absolutely have to talk about Iroh's truly shocking dark past, the warmonger.
Oof, yeah. That's a big one.
It's one of the most unexpected moments in the show.
Yeah.
From Zuko alone, Book 2, Chapter 7, we get that flashback scene. Iroh as the Fire Prince leading the huge 600-day siege of Ba Sing Se, and he's bragging about burning the city to the ground and laughing, like really evilly, just relishing the idea of destroying this ancient city and causing all that suffering.
What's really striking about that scene is the timing. It takes place only 6 years before the events of the show.
Wow. Only 6 years.
Yeah. That's a remarkably short time for such a profound, complete transformation. The catalyst, of course, the devastating death of his son, Lu Ten.
During that same siege.
During that very siege. That event just broke Iroh, forced him to abandon the conquest, and it irrevocably started him on the path to becoming a...
And there are those strong hints, aren't there, that he actually went into the spirit world searching for Lu Ten after his death.
Yeah, there are. I mean, he's the only one who clearly sees Aang's spirit flying by on Roku's dragon early.
Right, and he warns Zhao so intensely, don't trifle with the spirits. He definitely has some kind of unique connection there.
For sure. While the show leaves the exact details, to our imagination, we can pretty confidently guess he undertook some kind of profound spiritual journey.
And came back changed.
Completely changed. She presumably turned over a new leaf, dedicated himself to wisdom, compassion, a better life. And we see that transformed nature so clearly in that episode, Tales of Ba Sing Se.
Oh, that episode is just packed with examples. He politely hopes that shopkeeper whose flower is wilting, showing his thoughtful, knowledgeable side. He plays that little song for the crying boy, showing his kindness and how he's willing to be a bit goofy and endearing.
Yeah.
He even gives sage advice to those boys who broke a window, usually best to admit mistakes, restore honor.
And then
he runs away with them.
Exactly. He hightails it right alongside those kids when the angry owner shows up. Shows his practical side and that great sense of humor.
And the mugger incident is just so insightful. He could obviously take the guy down easily.
Instantly.
But instead, he lectures him on his improper stance, offers him tea, listens to his dreams, and then gives that amazing advice. While it is always best to believe in oneself, a little help from others can be a great blessing. It just perfectly shows his belief that people can change, that they deserve a second chance.
No matter what they've...
And the shrine scene for Lu Ten, it's got to be one of those moving moments of the whole series.
Oh, absolutely.
He builds that little shrine and just quietly says, "Happy birthday, my son, if only I could have helped you." That line, it's arguably the single most insightful line in the whole show.
It really is.
It just strips away everything else and shows that deep, constant regret. And you realize that's the reason he's so dedicated to helping others, to being kinder, to being better.
Right. So that no one else has to suffer like that. He realized conquering the world would just create thousands more Lu Tens, untold suffering.
Yeah. That personal journey completely informs his philosophy of destiny too, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You have to remember, for most of his life, Iroh was the Fire Prince. He was destined to inherit, destined to lead the Fire Nation's glorious conquest.
Right.
He grew up in a, frankly, horrible environment, steeped in propaganda. And that background gives him this unique, empathetic understanding of Zuko's burden, Zuko's own twisted sense of destiny.
Because he lived it. And he reinvented his own destiny. He talks about how his boyhood dream was to take Ba Sing Se. But that eventually transformed into realizing his true destiny is to take it back from the Fire Nation so that the Earth Kingdom can be free. And he does it. In the finale, he leads the White Lotus.
And that right there is the core message he's desperately trying to get across. Remember in Lake Laogai, Book 2, Episode 17, Zuko says he knows his destiny.
Yeah.
And Iroh hits him with that piercing question. Is it your own destiny, or is it a destiny someone else has tried to force on you?
Oof, yeah.
He pleads with him. You can hear the heart in his voice. I'm begging you, Prince Zuko, it's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big question. Who are you and what do you want?
Wow.
It's like Iroh is talking to a younger version of himself there, trying to save Zuko from making the same mistakes he did.
That makes so much sense. Another huge part of Iroh's worldview is drawing wisdom from everywhere. He famously invented lightning redirection.
Right.
By watching Waterbend, which led him to that amazing insight. It is important to draw wisdom from many places. If you take it from only one place, it becomes rigid and stale.
Which is so relevant, especially when you think about Zuko's initial mindset, totally locked into Fire Nation thinking.
Yeah, completely.
Iroh, though, he traveled, he learned from all four nations. He's constantly trying to broaden Zuko's view, teaching him about other people, other cultures. He gets that true balance isn't just political. It needs deep mutual understanding of each other, something the war has just shattered.
And his wisdom isn't just personal, right? It's institutional. We find out he's not just some wise old traveler.
Yeah.
He's the Grand Master of the White Lotus, their leader.
Yeah, the head honcho. It's often said he's the closest non-Avatar person to being the Avatar in the whole show.
It feels
spiritually enlightened. He gets balance on this cosmic level, and he integrates philosophies from other elements into his firebend, like his fire breath. He probably learned that from the Sun Warriors themselves.
And speaking of legends, he got that nickname Dragon of the West by lying.
Right, lying about killing the last dragons. He made up the story to keep their existence a secret.
It just shows perfectly how little he cares about reputation or label. If it means doing the right thing, what other people think doesn't matter.
And you see that indifference again when they're fugitives in Book 2. Zuko's miserable, struggling with the humiliation, the poverty.
Oh yeah, he hates it.
But Iroh seems remarkably okay with it. He's barely minding being day-to-day without money.
He's even cheerful when he's begging. Remember that. He's smiling, complimenting a lady on her smile. Then he dances and sings for a gold piece.
Well, Zuko's just fuming in the background.
Totally. And he even praises the guy who mugged him, calls him such a kind man. Unbelievable.
It leads perfectly into that powerful metaphor he gives Zuko after Zuko steals those teapots.
Oh, the tea metaphor, yes.
The best tea tastes delicious, whether it comes in a porcelain pot or a tin cup. There is a simple honor of poverty.
Which isn't about saying poverty is great, obviously.
No, not at all. It's not romanticizing struggle. It's about valuing inner stuff, right? Contentment, the dignity of working for your keep, just being a good person, putting that above chasing wealth or status or fancy teapots.
It's about what's inside.
Exactly. What's inside that counts.
Such a core philosophy. And it absolutely underpins his most important role in the whole series.
Yeah.
Being that guiding father figure to Zuko.
Yeah, definitely. Zuko himself tells Ozai he's the one who's been a real father.
And Iroh tells Zuko, ever since I lost my son, I think of you as my own.
And you constantly see him being this protective, kind of subtle warrior, those little nagging things, reminding Zuko about Breath of Fire, making sure his hood up to keep his ears warm.
Yeah.
It almost certainly comes from that pain of losing Lu Ten. He just doesn't want to lose Zuko, too.
But crucially, his guidance is never about forcing Zuko. When Zuko decides he needs to find his own way back in Book 2, Iroh is clearly sad, quietly sad, but he completely accepts it, doesn't argue, just gives Zuko his horse, respects Zuko's need to choose his own path, even if it hurt.
And even after they split up, he's still secretly tracking Zuko, keeping an eye out. He tells Toph later, he's trying to figure out who he is. I know he doesn't want me around right now, but if he needs me, I'll be there. He even gives Toph that piece of wisdom that applies just as much to Zuko. There's nothing wrong with letting people who love you help.
And even from prison, he finds a way to guide Zuko subtly, sending him that scroll about his maternal grandfather, Avatar Roku.
Right. Nudging him towards his true heritage, his real destiny, without ever indirectly.
Which all leads to that ultimate forgiveness when Zuko finally comes back and apologizes.
Oh, that scene gets me every... And Iroh's response, so perfect, so simple. I was never angry with you, sad because I was afraid you way.
Yeah.
But you found it, you did it by yourself. Look on pure pride. So Zuko figured it out on his own terms.
It's beautiful.
It's an incredible blend of quality. Really highlights Iroh's full humanity, He can be deeply cunning, strategically brilliant.
Yeah.
And then sometimes genuinely clumsy or foolish. Calculated one moment, a simple goofball the next.
It's that mix, those contradictions that make him feel so real, so three-dimensional.
Yeah, not just a wise old trope.
Exactly. And let's not forget his charming side. his weakness for the ladies.
Yeah. He successfully charms that immigration officer lady with just a compliment.
He compliments the lady while he's begging.
And his kind of weird borderline obsession with June, the tracker lady.
Oh, yeah. And he even builds that nice relationship with the prison guard who sneaks him extra food. He just has a way with people. He really does.
Yeah.
And finally, a really powerful part of his character arc, his self-liberation.
Yeah.
His sheer strength.
Right. In prison, he keeps up the weaponized incompetence act, pretending to be feeble, acting like a crazy savage.
While secretly getting totally ripped.
Yeah. Working out till he's looking swole as hell. And then when the time is right, he just breaks himself out. No rescue needed.
He decided his own destiny.
Exactly. He didn't wait around. He chose to bust himself out, chose to gather the White Lotus, chose to lead the charge on Ba Sing Se. It's such a powerful statement about his agent's inner strength.
So, wrapping up this deep dive, we've really explored the surprising depths of Uncle Iroh, from that weaponized incompetent and his dark past as a warmonger, all the way to his profound wisdom, his unwavering love for Zuko, and how he embraces all of life's contradictions. He's just a truly multifaceted, compelling character.
And his journey offers us such profound universal lessons, I think, that people are truly capable of change, that we're capable of writing their own destiny.
Yeah.
And that real courage isn't just about fighting battles outside. It's about that much harder journey of looking inward.
And maybe his most powerful message, something that resonates for all of us. In the darkest time, hope is something you give yourself. That is the meaning of inner strength.
So powerful.
So as you reflect on Iroh's journey, maybe consider for yourself, is there a destiny you're pursuing right now that maybe someone else tried to force on you?
And how can you, like Iroh, maybe start to look inward and begin asking yourself the big question, who are you and what